Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel. You guys, I don't know how we did it, but we did it. We hit 10,000 subscribers, and at the time of filming this, we are at 12,000 subscribers. I thought, why not do a Q&A type video, because one, I've never done one, and two, I feel like people need to know who I am. So if you guys are interested in this video, go ahead and keep watching. Before I get started, make sure you click subscribe for new content whenever I post, and also do not forget to click the notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a video. So let's get started. I posted a Q&A like, hey, if you guys have questions, leave comments below. I posted on my Twitter, and I also posted it on my community tab on YouTube. So this video, I'm taking the questions from my community tab because number one, there were so many good questions, and number two, Twitter, we'll do that again. I feel like, honestly, I've talked about this before, but most people, if they watch you on YouTube, they just watch you on YouTube. But if they follow you on Twitter, they follow you on Twitter and YouTube, so they get both the best worlds. Whereas on YouTube, it's strictly YouTube. So I'm going strictly from my my community tab, and then in another video, I will be answering the questions from my Twitter Q&A post. Maybe I'll do that when I hit like another milestone, like 15,000. Oh, anyways, let's get into this video. All right, so question number one, topics that you've covered in your videos that you have changed your opinion on. For the most part, I have the same values and thoughts or whatever, but there was a topic that I covered, which I think I may have jumped the gun, but not a lot of people talked about this topic, and this was when Nikocado Avocado talked about his drama with Trisha Paytas and how Trisha ghosted him and did all these things. Now, here's the thing. I didn't know Nikocado at the time. I knew him being like and this was like 2 years ago. And I think at the time he was just leaving like the vegan community, and I don't remember, but he had posted this video with so many screenshots, and it was so detailed. And at the time, all I could think was this poor kid. And then knowing Trisha's past, I was like, oh my God, she owes him an apology. Trisha was wrong, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, they both planned it together. Girl, it was a whole scandal. And here I am defending Nikocado like a dummy. And now he's just as problematic as the rest of them. But as far as I know, I don't really keep up with his content, but as far as I know, I don't think he's making any content right now. But yeah, that's something I've definitely changed my mind about, because I put a whole video like, oh my God, poor Nick, Trisha owes him an apology. Y'all, it was a wild time. I didn't know any better. Next question / questions. How did you start this channel? Who is your inspiration, and any life advice? So I started this channel because I was tired of Keemstar being like the #1 person that people went to when it came to commentary and drama. I was tired of a white man being the voice of all things drama and commentary. And also, I didn't see a lot of black commentary channels, because as you know, there's multiple sides to different situations. But for a long time, it was just white people commenting on white people talking about racism or dealing with racism. And it was never like, so are you gonna ask, or straight people talking about gay issues? Like, are you not gonna listen to a marginalized group? And that's not to say that straight people can't talk about gay problems, or cis people can't talk about trans problems, or non-black people can't talk about racism. That's not what I'm saying. But I was tired of Keemstar being like the face of it all. And I was just like, he's not even good at what he does or what he says. He's problematic on his own. And that was actually the first video that I made on this channel was about Keemstar being a POS, pretty much. My inspiration is Jackie Aina. Anybody who thrives in a society that was meant to derail them, I'm all for it. Jackie Aina is the #1 Black influencer in the makeup industry, and she kills it. And I love everything about her. She's one of those people where, like, if she were to do something wrong, I'd be like, wow, it's so pretty today. What did I hear about? I didn't hear anything. I mean, unless she did something like unfathomable. Unless she did something to the point where, like, you just could not ignore it. So yeah, Jackie Aina, love her. She does so much for not just the makeup community, but just like the Black community. She does things for her home country. She's just an amazing soul. I love Jackie, period. And any life advice. My advice, I'm older, but I'm still very young. I'm 36. I think to follow, like, any life advice would honestly be like, follow your dreams. I know in the United States, particularly, you're taught to go to, like, graduate high school, go to college, get a job. But to get into college costs a lot of money. Usually your dreams are where like the money is, and that's something that you're really not into. For instance, me, for as long as I could remember, I wanted to be a teacher. I don't like the public school systems, and there's no money in teaching. So why not teach in other ways? So that's just kind of how I think I operate. Whatever dreams that you have, follow those dreams, because I don't believe in this working, you know, to your fingers to the bone. I don't believe in that. I believe in do what's best for you as an individual, because if I were to follow my dreams, like, I just don't see myself being in a better place than I am right now. All right, so another question was, what things do you do when you want to relax or want to treat yourself? 1000% pampering myself. Whether that's getting my hair cut, getting my nails done, getting a pedicure, getting a massage, getting waxed, if doing my makeup, if I'm doing something that makes myself feel prettier, I'm 1000% for it. Pampering all the way. I love to be pampered. So yeah, and it makes me feel good about myself. How does it feel knowing you have fans? Weird or flattering? Okay, I was having this conversation with Audra. If you guys don't follow her, go follow her. I was having this conversation with Audra the other day, and it's honestly weird. It's weird because I see myself as a regular person, and I feel like that's how famous people feel. Although there are famous people that are like, do you know who I am? And even like non-famous people who are like high up in like say an industry, okay, there's a niche everywhere. So say my niche was basket weaving, and I was the highest level of basket weaving there is, and I expect everybody who has basket woven in their life, I expect them to know who I am. There are people like that in every market, every industry. It's weird to me to think that everybody should just assume, like, that I should assume that everybody knows who I am. So it's weird to have fans. It's 1000% flattering, but I just think it's weird that famous people are like held up here. It's weird. As you can tell, the way I'm babbling, it's weird because I think everybody is just normal. I think everybody is just a normal, regular human being. Like, some people have talents that aren't regular. Simone Biles, a gymnast, Michael Phelps, a swimmer, Usain Bolt, a runner. They're not normal as far as their talents go. That's not normal. If it was normal, everybody would be running against Usain Bolt. Everybody would be in the Olympics, you know? So as far as talent goes, there's certain people who are better, but as far as just being a person, like, people are just regular. Even if they're the smartest of the smart, they're still just a normal person. So long story short, it's weird, but at the same time, I don't mind it. Somebody else asked, how are you coping with a larger sub count, nervousness or anxiety? my anxiety is through the roof. Now I'm gonna let you guys know a little secret, something. I'm afraid of succeeding. I'm afraid of, like a lot of people are afraid of failing. I expect failure. I'm afraid to succeed for so many different issues that you're gonna be like, who thinks like that? My number one reason, I think if/when I succeed, I think it's all gonna get taken away from me because like I die or something. Like, it's my thoughts. But that's literally my biggest thing. I'm like, God, like I'm gonna have it all and then some way it's gonna just be taken away from me. And none of it is because of my doings, which I know that's very possible. But my whole thing is like, I just think my whole world is just gonna crumble and fall apart. So I never give myself the things that I think I deserve. So like hitting those milestones on social media stresses me out, but I welcome it. I'm not saying like, okay, I want to stop, but behind closed doors, I'm a mess. What was your very first YouTube video about and what brought you to YouTube? I feel like I answered this in my first question, or my second question about why did I start this channel? Okay, so on this channel, I do have another channel. However, that channel is strictly about cheerleading. When I first started YouTube, I want to say my channel was called Cherita is Random because I feel like I'm a Jane of all trades and I can talk about multiple things, multiple topics. And on that channel, everybody tuned into my cheerleading content, but they would not watch anything else that I did. So I made that strictly cheerleading, and then I turned this into Cherita Explains It All. And my first video was a Keemstar video. And if you look at my past videos, a lot of it is like things that were just happening in media. I was talking about it, and especially if it had to do with Black culture, I was talking about it. Because again, like I said earlier, I was tired of hearing about the same 5 white beauty. I was so over it. And also, there are some Black commentary channels who only talk about Black issues. But I talk about everything. And again, like I said, I was tired of just hearing about the same people, and I was tired of white MEN being like, oh yeah, this is how you should feel about this woman who blah blah. I didn't want to hear it. So there was that. That's how I started this channel. And honestly, I've just always been a fan of social media. A lot of people go, oh, where'd you get your start on social media? Like, what was your first social media platform? Was it MySpace? Was it Facebook? Okay, I used to be on this one website. It was called Bolt, B-O-L-T. And it was more of a Tumblr type thing where people would post blogs, and it wasn't like video, none of it. It was just people were posting vlogs, reposting, just anything. And that I fell in love. I would read people's, blogs, jokes, stories, whatever. It was like a cross between Tumblr and Reddit kind of. And that's where I fell in love with social media. And then it became like AOL Instant Messenger. What was the other one? IUC? It wasn't ICU. That's intensive care. IMC. It was like 3 letters, and not a lot of people had it because it was through. Okay, hi, feature editing Cherita. ICQ. It was called I Seek You. Do you think that's where Britney got her If You Seek Amy? Because AOL obviously is AOL, and this was whatever it was called. I don't remember what it was under, but consider it like the Safari of search engines. It was some search engine. It was a mess, but yeah. And then MySpace, and then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. But right now, Vine, all of it. My favorite is Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. So this one is gonna be fun. Coke or Pepsi? Pepsi, hands down. I'm a Pepsi girl. I don't really like Coke, but I just like Pepsi and all of their other sodas. I'm not much of a soda drinker, but if I had to choose, Pepsi. Favorite book? All right, growing up, I used to read Babysitter's Club books all the time. I've probably read every single one of them. I've watched all the shows that were on Disney. I watched the new reboot that I want to say is on Disney Plus, and I watched the movie. I was a fan. Love Babysitter's Club. But now that I'm older, I'm a fan of psychological thrillers. Those are my favorite books to read and to listen to because I listen to audiobooks on Audible all the time. So I'm going to give you guys 3 books that I think you guys should read. One is called The Good Daughter. Now, this is a book where it goes back and forth between like the present and the past, and then it's got a lot of different voices. Like, this is what happened to me then, this is what happened to me as Sally, this is me Fred, this is me Bob, and it goes to like the future and then like the present and then future. You know what I'm trying to say. It'll be like this happened in the past, now we're talking about 2000, but also we're going to talk about what happened in 2020. So I don't know, it's a really good book, and it's about 2 girls who were shot at, and their mom was killed, and they're trying to figure out like who done shot the mama, and it's a really good book. It's a really good book. It's called The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. Then the second one is called 40 Acres. This is by Dwayne Alexander. And this 1000% is all about racism, and it's a story that, I mean, it's a long shot that it could ever be true, but it could never be true. And it's basically about, I think it's like 4 or 5 black men. It's called 40 Acres for a reason. And it has to do with basically these men getting back at white people for the years of oppression. Think of the movie Get Out, but reversed. Get Out, Jordan Peele, you know, where the white people were taking the brains of black people and then putting them into, anyways, think of Get Out, but reversed. Think of it as black people treating white people like utter crap because of what their ancestors did. It's a good book, but it also leaves you wanting more. The third book is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This movie has an ambiguous ending where you don't know which side to believe. You guys, it's such a good book. Me and Miles and his dad went to the San Francisco Zoo last year, and you guys, I had my earbuds in the whole time trying to finish this book because it was so good. I could not stop listening. And when you get to the end, you're gonna be like, no, I need to talk to somebody about this right now. Now, this is an older book, but like I said, I read this last year, so people have probably talked about this book up and down, but I don't think it's ever too late to ever read a book, especially if 1, you're just getting into books, and 2, you've never heard of it, or it's a new genre. Those 3 books, yes, I love to read, and I love to now listen to audiobooks, because, you know, adulting, you can get more done. But yeah, favorite TV show. So back in the day, we're gonna do this: Friends, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Family Guy. Now, I know Family Guy still comes out with new episodes, but though, like, if I could just binge watch a show all day, like those 3 shows I could watch from beginning to end, beginning to current, whatever. I love all of those shows for different reasons, but right now, Insecure. That's it. Insecure. Issa Rae is genius, and Insecure, that show, and especially you guys, if you are not up to date to Insecure right now, go watch it. It's on HBO. So if you have HBO Max, I suggest you watch it. It's, you guys, it's just, you have to watch it. I mean, it puts you through the motions. And pizza topping. All right. I'm going to lose probably every single subscriber I have right now. I don't care what's on my pizza. Except for maybe, I've never tried anchovies, but that's kind of weird. Pepperoni, sausage, olives, bell peppers, just no pineapple. Y'all, it don't make no sense. First of all, warm pineapple don't make sense. The sweet with the tomato sauce, Why are you laughing? I hate pineapple on pizza. So yeah, no pineapple on pizza. I'm sorry, forgive me. I still love you. What? I know, now be quiet so I can finish filming. I have like 4 more sets of questions. All right, here's a good couple of questions. 1, what do you like to do when you're not making content? I like to watch it. If I'm not watching it, I like to craft. If it's crafty in some kind of way, I like to do it. Are there any hobbies or activities you want to try but haven't yet? No, because usually when I like something, I get hyper focused on it and I do it. I haven't found anything new yet that I want to pursue or try, but if I haven't, it's because I haven't discovered it. But if there's something out there that I want to do or I want to try, I'm gonna do it. Now this is my favorite question. Are you making all the types of content that you want to, or are there things you would like to share on YouTube that you haven't yet? I want to do it all on YouTube. Like I said, when I first started, it was Cherita is Random because I was obsessed with everything. And I think I'm like a Jane of all trades. I think I can give good input on a lot of different things. So I love makeup. And I don't know if I still have any makeup content on my video, but makeup would be something I would want to do. I enjoy lifestyle videos. I watch, people do like clean with me's, and I watch people do Target hauls and Dollar Tree hauls. I've tried to introduce them to my channel, and at the time, a lot of people weren't watching. And so I'm like, let me just take a step back and do what I feel I'm best at, which is giving commentary. But there are things that I would love to do on my channel that probably just won't be received as well, because people, at least from what I can see, is people will watch just a certain niche. They'll watch one specific person do just Dollar Tree hauls, or they'll watch one specific person just do makeup, or they'll watch one certain person just do prank videos. Me, I would like to see somebody do all of it, because me watching YouTubers, like I watch different YouTubers for different reasons. And maybe you guys only like my commentary, that's fine, but I still myself would like to do other forms of content because that's what makes me happy. All right, so what brings you joy in your everyday life before and during quarantine? So short answer, my kid. I have a 9-year-old son, love this kid with my whole heart and soul, and he truly just brightens up my day. He makes my day, he makes my life. I don't know where I would be without him. So before quarantine, I had a job doing what I love. I was judging cheerleading, I was traveling. I believe in do what you love and you won't have to work a day in your life. I got to travel and meet people from all over and spend my whole day judging cheerleading. And now that we're in a panorama, I don't get to do that. And it hurts, but at the same time, I still have my kid to keep me kind of sane, because he's 9. He's a kid. Y'all know how kids are. Which YouTube channels are you a fan of? First of all, Jackie. Period. That will always, as of right now, that will always be my number one. Who's your favorite YouTuber? Jackie Ina? Well, what about Jackie Ina? But what Jackie Ina? She's my favorite for multiple reasons. And if you watch my content, you know why. I also enjoy, now I'm gonna go with like bigger YouTubers right now. Jessie Smiles. I feel like me and her would be friends. I feel like me and Jessie would be friends. And Jessie is just an incredible soul. I used to watch her back in the day when she used to make storytime videos. Do you guys remember when storytime YouTubers were a thing? And of course they were all not black, but I still watched because I was entertained. But Jessie was my favorite. And then she done got married. She had a kid. She's now pregnant with her second kid. Like, what is life? I one day want to meet that woman. I love Jessie Smiles so much. Okay, so Safia Nagard, if you guys don't know who she is, I want to say she came from like BuzzFeed. I like her videos because it's like a production, and she does, her and her now husband Tyler, they do great things together, and it's interesting. It's always interesting. Like, she'll be like, Instagram picks out my clothing and it gives you like a good view of like what the algorithm does on YouTube for specific people or whatever. I do have my issues with her, but I am not her core audience. But as somebody who watches her, it is disappointing to see the lack of inclusivity when it comes to Black Lives Matter. When Black Lives Matter was a thing, she didn't really talk about it, and she doesn't have to, it's her channel. But it did make me kind of sad that she didn't really include that kind of stuff into her content, and that's just me being the watcher that I am. I don't know how she feels about Black Lives Matter. I don't know what her core values and beliefs are. So, and there's also been there hasn't been anything about her being rude or racist or homophobic or any of the things that matter to me. So I still watch her. Yeah, it was disappointing, but it's called Safia Nagar, not Safia is catering to Cherita. Like, that's not the name of her channel. So I still watch her. Oh, Olivia Cara, she's another one. Okay. You know how when you have younger people and you feel like you could just take them under your wing and just like you see yourself in that person when you were their age? That's how I feel about Olivia. I think Olivia is like a solid 10 to 12 years younger than I am. And I still watch her content and I just like watching her grow as a human being. Olivia was one of these storytime YouTubers, and she was interesting. She was cute. She was fun. I just sit there, oh, okay. Oh, this is great. And I would just, whatever the algorithm was giving me, I was watching video after video after video. That's how I found out who Tana Mojo was. Oh, here's another little white girl with the video. Watch. I mean, I have my issues with the algorithm now, but back in the day I wasn't making YouTube videos, so I was just watching. I was just entertained. And also, drama channels and commentary channels weren't a huge thing back then, so I was just watching people just to watch, just to be entertained. I have a list of smaller creators that I love, and I always mention these people in my videos, like Earth and Xavier and Dion and Tanisha, and like those people, I mention them so frequently in my videos that you should know. Those are the people that I like to watch. But I'm also working on a tag video that Audra at home put together, and they're going to include some of my smaller YouTube channels that I watch. But as far as bigger YouTubers go, that's who I watch. And the last question is the hardest lesson that you had to learn. So I think just in life in general, the hardest thing for me to learn is not everybody is going to like you. And like, I can put my best foot forward to a certain people, a certain person, a certain group of people, but because I disagree with one thing or I don't do something the way that they want them to do, they won't like me as a person, and that's okay. Because me personally, and this is hard enough for me to say, but I think I'm a good person. I don't think I'm a bad person. And so because I'm a good person, I don't expect people to just be like, ew, I don't like her, or people to just stop ignoring me, or they don't always agree with what I have to say. And that took me a long time to understand, because I'm just like, well, I'm nice to everybody, but nice doesn't mean anything to a lot of people, and I've come to terms with that. Come to terms with people are not going to like you no matter what. I mean, the nicest person on the planet may not like me for whatever. And then also, the older I get, the more I realize sometimes people don't like you because of the way you look. People don't like you because of the color of your skin. People don't like you because you're too pretty. People don't like you because you're too skinny. People don't like you because you're too fat. People don't like you because your feet are too big. People don't like you because you have a big nose. People will hate on you for no reason without even getting to know who you are on the inside. And it still bothers me, but it's something that I've just been like, well, I mean, if they don't like me, they don't like me. I guess they're the ones missing out, because I think I'm a hoot. This video is so long, and I am so sorry. I love to ramble. So that is my first ever Q&A. Thank you guys so much for 10,000/12,000 subscribers. And this is not the last time I'm going to visit this topic as far as Q&As go. Like I said, the next milestone, we'll do more questions. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Also, do not forget to link up with me on my social media, especially Twitter. All of that information will be down below in the description box. And until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Which button?
The camera button.
Which button?
The camera button.
Oh.